Hi folks, so we only have 3 more games to go until the end of the 8 Regions tournament for House Stark. We're going to watch game 11 in our match against Greyjoy, and it's 5-5, so basically this has turned into a best of 3 now, and some good players still involved. So we have davidalfalfa playing for Greyjoy. He's playing Fealty. You kind of knew he would because it's his favorite deck. It's the deck he plays the most, and if anyone's not going to play the kind of template deck that we always expect, the one that Alex France plays, it's he, because he has his own ideas here. And on our side, Gabriel Runner playing Aloof and Apart, so we had dilemma what to play still here with a few games to go. One of the ideas was to play just normal good stuff, Renown Rush type of deck out of Assault, but I think Aloof's just a better agenda for that, because there is some actual benefit playing those 6 costers like Mage Mormont, like Wyman and Eddard and Rob with the cost reduction. So hoping to go quickly here. But yeah, the most important thing is gonna be saves, I guess, against Greyjoy, because if they Morghulis, everything gets killed, then you give prize away, so it's slightly worrying in the beginning, playing a couple of 6 costers without protection, but actually we do have a bodyguard that could just save the day, and now it's protected Wyman and Arya, who of course is self-duped, so suddenly a very Morghulisable board is not so anymore. That's exactly what we need. Now on the other side we have 2 Intimidates with Euron and Eric. Of course Eric would like Maiden's Bane to be there so that he doesn't get stuck knelt, but it's also not entirely clear how any unopposed is gonna happen here without raiding longships. But Euron can stand if there's a warship. And yeah, Theon there as well, so for sure there is some potential to get unopposed, although Bear Island Scout is very good for defending Theon specifically, I guess. Just going for the big military to try to get some Intimidate. Guess I could intimidate Wyman, and then if Euron stands, do Intrigue. Of course Wyman will draw a card, and then there will still be something standing for him to kill and stand himself. Okay, so he draws a card from this, which means he cannot trigger now, right? His action doesn't have a limit to kill stuff, but the action to stand is only once per phase. So could have in theory skipped this and kill Bear Island Scout and defend the Intrigue. And David draws cards here. Yeah, that's what you do in the early game. Get your stuff and then you can rush a bit in the late game. But well, that's the last one as well, which actually now from a very bad round might turn into quite a decent one, because we can do 2 challenges back if we leave this one. Don't see there's any particular threat with 0 gold. Just another great Kraken trigger, which is not too bad for us, I think. Alternatively, we could defend this with Arya. The most important thing is to get a challenge with Bear Island Scout, I think, because that's a mage trigger as well, being a House Mormont character. And it's gonna be power. Could have done military, Probably can't take the dupe, so either Eric, who has served his purpose, or the other child would go. And we reveal Alicent, that's very nice. So not that much achieved for Greyjoy. We are ahead on power and on cards, and even on the board now that Eric's knelt. What we don't have, of course, is that set of locations. Don't have much econ, but we do have an econ agenda and Winter Festival opening, so I guess we'll go all winter here. Could just go into those Winter Festivals, and Greyjoy Fealty is not really a deck that's gonna hit you with a lot of summer plots. Besides maybe a late summer feast. I'm not even sure what they could play that summer. I mean, they could if they want to counter Winter Festivals. I mean, no one's gonna complain about having to put Close Call in the plot deck, for instance. But yeah, it's not the usual. Have we take Westeros. And going first on purpose. Now, is there anything coming that should worry us a bit? Now there is a bit more rush potential. Balance there with stealth. And there's the ship he needed to make sure he was not realistically going to get opposed. Now you have unopposed with renown and yeah, Great Kraken trigger potentially, but only in one challenge. Unless he can also stand, which he could if the one of the cards in hand is Maiden's Bane. Nothing for we take Westeros to do. He could take our King's Road, but I think in that case would be better to just sack the Iron Gate and get it back into play. Could even double sack it if you really want the cards. We take Rob here, so he's not protected, that's a slight worry, but is a way to eat the challenges that Greyjoy does, then stand and still do stuff back. I mean, could even play it very offensively and just put our 2 renowns into 2 challenges. Okay, we don't bother defending. It wasn't gonna work anyway. And Greyjoy's gonna dig for we do not sow. Guess on the bodyguard. If it happens, right? Did he find it? Has another trigger from Great Kraken, but now actually goes for power now. Time to rush a bit. And do we trigger Wyman off this? If we want to trigger him for the Rob stand, then we could still trigger him here because he will stand from that himself. And he will, in one of the 2 triggers anyway, draw a card, so just goes for it here. Do we try to defend? Silence still standing. Could defend with Wyman, he has an attachment. Okay, we just oppose. And this one we can oppose too, but the problem we have is if Ironfleet Scout is used, we lose by 1, and that lets Euron intimidate Bear Island Scout. He was gonna be the character that Wyman was going to kill surely, so now we're a bit stuck with that plan. Could have done it actually mid-challenge, right? I think that would have been better, but okay. maybe we don't actually need to. I mean, Greyjoy has knelt most of the board here, so we're just gonna have some free challenges plus Winter Festival. Don't need to do anything too rushy here. Especially since power on characters is not it's not that safe. I mean, still not that protected from Morghulis, so just get power on the faction card, get the mage draw. Okay, putting both into the power because Euron can still stand, so. And he will. Doesn't have anything nasty, just a Hulk. But then the Chad defense. Ooh, and we get Eddard. That's really good. That's good post Morghulis if it happens. Just got another big hitter in immediately. Now we can even do this. Stealth Euron, so. I mean, silence was gonna be used regardless to put Econ in, right? And at least now Greyjoy can win dominance with this. And one of these Chads will go, surely. Eric goes, okay. He's not gonna stand again. But we should be up to 7 now with Winter Festival. And I mean, if there's Morghulis, then game basically starts again, but we would have Wyman and Arya still there. Depends how many reasons in hand for Greyjoy. But if Morghulis is not played, then we marshal Eddard, and that missing 8 power can be got quite quickly. I mean, one drop trigger and you can put the 3 renowns in both challenges, and that's it. That's 8 power. Ooh, okay. Political disaster. That's best possible plot we could have had here. That's really gonna hurt Greyjoy now. Set Silent was going to be used to put Hulk in, but yeah. That's a setback. Now what do you keep? I mean, Great Kraken's super valuable. And have to kind of keep some of the econ, but then silence you also want. And Forced March is, I mean, there is a guaranteed drop trigger though. That's the thing. You can heal all of them, and Wyman now kills Sansa and everything standing, and Greyjoy and just net everything. So I think just passing on Forced March was the better bet. But I guess the thinking maybe is that now they will only go into one challenge together, because they first need to stand and they can stand twice. So you stall a little bit. Maybe tempt Gabi to marshal Eddard unprotected, then kill him off with the rest of them. Keeps the 2 ships, but no other econ. Yeah, and nothing comes in, so that's a bit rough. But what do we have? I mean, since most of the board is net, can we get 8 power just from the one challenge? You have 3 renown plus Eddard's ability, so that's 4 power, and power claim would get to 12. Need to find some more stuff, I guess, to really get to 15, so maybe we hold Eddard for next round, when we should be able to close. Okay, we just marshal him. I mean, it's a pretty horrible Morghulis now with no econ there. So, but you can have reasons, and I mean, reason on 2 characters, and it's pretty decent. Still clear a lot of power from our characters that's not on the faction card. And we put Gravewind on on Eddard, which means he has to be replayed if Eddard dies, so that's a bit awkward. But we've put it on Wyman for that reason, but then Eddard beat an attachment and 6 strength can beat Balon, can get trading longship on the power challenge, so can't be started either, of course. Yeah, we can't do this very well because a lot of our guys do not contribute strength because of Balon's ability, so if we use Wyman here to stand everyone, they can't also go into the challenge for mass renown. You can only really oppose with Eddard, then none of the other renowns get intimidated, so I think that would be one way to go. If we don't oppose at all, then I think Eddard's intimidated anyway, right? Oh, but Wyman with 5 strength. Any tricks here? Because if there's no tricks, you can't overcome this, right? Yeah, so we win this anyway. Well, now everything's knelt, so we don't have an intrigue icon. So only 2 unopposed. And power claim, that's 12, 2 renown and dominance. Because we still have a standing Arya potentially. So there's gotta be some tricks for Greyjoy. Maybe a nightmares or something, otherwise this is just over right now. And we stock up on more characters in case there was another round. We for sure have another winter festival, I think. Have to do it with the little one here to win dominance. Yeah, I think David was planning to marshal more stuff this round after the first march. Didn't work out, the plan. Even with one challenge. I mean, should have really passed and defended, but then I don't know what happens for the rest. Have still a pretty good situation post Morgulis, I think. So that was a quick game, nice win, and we have 2 match points now. We take a 6-5 lead, and we can win this last match to secure 3rd place. So, thank you for watching this one with me, and see you next time.